Welcome to Unreal Gems. In this video, we are going to learn how to retarget the Actor Core skeleton to the Unreal Engine 5 Mannequin so that we can have basic locomotion for our auto-rigged characters. Okay, so here we are in Unreal. This time we are going to see how we can retarget the Actor Core skeleton to the Epic skeleton so that we can use the third-person character animations in our custom character. Let's go ahead first, and in our skeleton editor we are going to choose the translation retargeting options. We need to set everything to animation initially, so the root and the IK bones are animation, and then from the hip on you can choose orient and scale. This is a different retargeting option that you have probably not seen, that it is used in Fortnite by Epic Games, and it is quite special because for really different characters with different proportions, it works really well. So you're not going to see a lot of tutorials on the internet that use this animation retargeting mode, but I think it is the best one and the one that has the best results. Okay, so we want to retarget the character on the left to the big character on the right, and as you can see, the stretch and squash is gone on the pelvis on the big character due to the scaling of the bones. So we want to solve this, and that's why we use orient and scale, especially in characters that are quite different, like our case. Okay, so from left to right you have the three classical retargeting modes that account for more complex effects like scaling and like translating animation data from skeleton to skeleton, but you are missing one more key piece in the puzzle, that is orientation, and that's what orient and scale does. So on one hand, it's going to scale the bones according to the difference in size, and then it's going to orient them according to the delta between the bind pose in both skeletons. So as you can see, with this one, we can keep the stretch and squash even on the big character. You also need to switch in the money, in this case queen. You need to switch again every bone to orient and scale except root and the IK bones that are animation. And then we just need to save both of the skeletons, and we are ready to start adding our chains and creating the IK Retargeter asset. So let's go ahead and create a new folder in which we are going to have everything. And right now let's go to animation and then IK Rig and the IK Rig asset type. We click on it and we select our skeleton, the Actor Core skeleton, and we can go ahead and name it with IK underscore and our name. In our case, it will be Actor Core, so that we know what is what. Let's go ahead and once we have it, save all and open it up so that we can start adding our chains and we are ready to retarget everything. Okay, so this is the IK asset, and right now you have everything that you need to start adding chains. So first things first, we are going to have to set groups of bones and we are going to call them chains. We need to set the retarget root first. That's what we are doing with the CC base hip bone. It's going to be our retarget root. Our root is going to be the root chain, so it's quite straightforward and quite easy. We are going to follow the mannequin rules more or less. So that's pretty much what we need to do. And let's go ahead and right click, new retarget chain from selected bones, and then we already have the correct name, no goal. We will see later what the IK goals are, but for now we just not need to name the chains. As you can see, we have the IK retargeting chains right there. We have the only one that we have created, which is the root chain. The IK goal, it should be none, and we are ready to do the next. This is going to take a while, so I may fast forward through some of it because it's quite tedious. We are going to go ahead and select the spine, right click, new retarget chain from selected bones, and name it the spine. No goal again. Once we have this, we need to keep on adding bones. You're going to see that it takes a while. So let's go ahead and go to the next ones. Everything is more or less the same up until we need to create chains for the IK goals. We can see the bones in the character options. So we can select on the viewport, which is kind of easier. Let's go ahead and select the neck and the head. And again, we are going to name it as new retarget chain from selected bones. We are going to call it head. We are trying to mimic the IK retarget asset from the money. So we are not doing this randomly. Let's go ahead and create the clavicles. So right clavicle, no goal again. And next, the left clavicle with again, no goal. So, okay, and no goal. So as you can see, we are following the naming convention of the money because we want the retargeter to be able to automatically know which chains correspond to which chains, and so we don't have to manually say which is which. So you can see here the name of the clavicles, and you can see that we are trying to imitate all of the bones. So here we have something new. We are going to add the arm, which has an IK goal. So the hands can be attached to things, and we need IK for that in order for the contact to be realistic. So let's go ahead and get the bones from the arm with the base our hand, and again new retarget chain with the right arm this time, and we are going to add a goal, add a solver, which is the FullBodyIK, and assign the goal to the right arm because we want that goal to be associated with that chain. So there you can see all of the bones, the upper arm, the forearm, and the hand, and in the hand we have the IK goal. Right now we need to do the next one, which is going to be the hip, which is going to be added to the solver as the root bone, the same as the retarget root, but this time for the FullBodyIK solver. You need to have the solver selected in order for the selection of the bone to work. If you don't have the FullBodyIK solver selected, it won't work. It would be grayed out, I think. So just be careful with that. And once you have that, we can go ahead and create the next bones, the next chain, which is going to be the left arm. So again, left upper arm, left forearm, and last but not least, the hand, L hand, and new retarget chain from selected bones, left arm, and add goal. Again, assign goal. That is going to assign the IK goal, which is what you see on the right. And we are now ready with the arms. So let's go ahead and keep retargeting everything. Let's go to the legs now. And we are also going to add the IK goals. So thigh, next calf, next will be foot, next toe base, and right click as before. Let's see it better. Right click, new retarget chain, and right leg, add goal, this time again, because we need the two legs also. So the goals for the feet. And we are now going to do the right leg. So again, let's choose thigh, and with the thigh, the calf, the foot, and the toe base. new retarget chain, left leg, add goal, assign goal. And now we have the left foot goal. So right now we are done with the IK goals, and we need to start with the twist bones from the skeletons. So this is going to be tedious again. There are a lot of them. Let's go ahead and start with the upper arm twist bone. You can go ahead and select the twist 01, right click, and new retarget chain from selected bone. Let's go ahead and be careful with the names, because you are going to see that they are quite long and with a lot of numbers and things, so just be careful. Copy with Ctrl C, no goal, and now we can do the same for the upper arm twist number 2. So again, the right upper arm twist 02. So right click, new retarget chain, and Ctrl V to paste what we copied and change the 1 for a 2. If you miss one of these letters, the retargeter is not going to automatically find the bones, the bone chains, and you are going to match them manually. So let's avoid making mistakes, because the process will be a lot easier in the next step. We are now doing the right forearm twist, which in the money is the lower arm. So right lower arm twist 01, we can copy the name, and with the name copied, okay, no goal, and let's do the twist bone 02. Let's paste what we wrote before, change the 1 for a 2, right lower arm twist 2, and hit OK. No goal, and we are going to repeat the process for every single twist bone. There are quite a lot, so bear with me. So left upper arm twist bone, so left upper arm twist 01, copy, so we have it for later, hit OK, no goal, and next the upper arm twist 02, we can go ahead and copy and paste like before, so twist 02, no goal, and we can keep on going, and we are going to do every single twist bone from the upper body and also from the legs. So let's go ahead and go to the forearm twist, which is, remember, the left lower arm twist 01 for the first one, copy, so we can paste later, okay, no goal. Same for the left forearm number 2, the twist number 2, so change the 2, hit OK, no goal. And we are going to keep on going until we finished with every single twist bone. This is quite complex. It is easy, but at the same time, it is easy to make a mistake. So it cannot work sometimes, so be careful, because remember, we have that naming convention from the money, and if we don't respect it, the auto retargeter is going to fail, and we are gonna have to say, okay, so this chain in the Actor Core skeleton is this chain in the money skeleton. So just be careful, because it's going to make your life easier. Let's go ahead and do the thigh twist bones. So again, select, right click, and add chain, and right thigh twist 01, hit OK, no goal. Same thing for the thigh twist 02, new chain, right thigh twist 02, hit OK, no goal. Let's now do the next ones. They are all going to be the same. That's why I'm fast forwarding a little bit through this, because if not, it would take quite a while. So let's do the right calf twist bone, so 01, copy, and then we are going to be able to paste it, no goal. Calf twist 02, we can paste it, change the 1 for a 2, and hit OK. Again, is a no goal chain, and we can keep on going as long as there are twist bones missing. We need to keep on going. So let's do the left thigh twist. So again, left thigh twist 0, 1 and hit OK and copy so we can paste later. No goal. Again, hit new retarget chain, and this time for the thigh twist 0, 2, hit OK, no goal, and that's pretty much it. We can keep on going, and it's going to be the same for every single chain from now on until we finish the twist bones. So bear with me, be patient. This time is the left calf twist 0, 1, hit OK, no goal. Go to the left calf twist 0, 2, and again we create a new chain, name it correctly, left calf twist 0, 2, hit OK, no goal, and we can keep on going. But we are reaching finally close to the end, so bear with me. As I mentioned before, this is quite boring, but it is what we have to do in order to get a good retarget. So it is what it is. I'm sorry that it takes so long, but you need to be careful, because if the bones don't match, if the bone chains don't match, the retargeter is going to mess up and it is going to take even longer. So let's go ahead and turn down the bone size so we can select bones easier, and let's keep on going. So that's what we have to do. Let's now do the hands, which are going to be more or less the same. You just get the beginning of the chain. So from the first bone to the third, new retarget chain, in this case for the left index finger, no goal. Next, new retarget chain for the ring finger, no goal. Same for the pinky, right click, new retarget chain, OK, no goal. Same for the thumb, right click, new retarget change, OK, no goal. Same for the middle finger, so new retarget chain. This one, be careful because it doesn't guess correctly, so left middle is going to be the correct name, so hit OK and no goal. And as you can see, we did the fingers on the left hand. Let's now do the right hand, and it is going to be exactly the same. So let's start with the middle finger, which is the one that it doesn't get right. So right middle is going to be the correct name. Hit OK, and again, no goal. And for the ring finger, so new retarget chain, right ring, no goal. Same for the thumb, new retarget chain, OK, no goal. Same for the index finger, new chain, OK, no goal. Same for the pinky, it's going to be the same again, hit OK, no goal. So we have now done almost everything. So we just have the IK bones left, so it is almost there. Just bear with me. Okay, so let's do the IK bones. Let's start with the foot root. So we are going to select the IK foot root, new retarget chain, and we are going to call it. This time it has a different name, so be careful. Foot root IK in capital letters. Hit OK, and then no goal. Same for the right IK foot. So in this case, it's going to be a little different, but pretty much the same. So right foot IK, capital letters, the IK. OK, no goal. And then you just need to check that everything is OK. Same thing for the left foot. So left foot IK again. Hit OK. Hit no goal. And now let's speed up the process a little bit and let's do the hand IK. So let's do this hand root IK for the first one, the root of the hands, no goal. Next is the handgun, so hand gun IK, and then hit OK, and then no goal. Let's go for the right hand IK, hit OK, no goal. The left hand IK, hit OK, and no goal. And with that we can save just to be careful. And let's go ahead and take a look at the settings for the FullBodyIK solver. So we are going to need to tell certain bones to behave in a certain way so that the FullBodyIK node works correctly. So let's go ahead and start with the hip and add settings to the selected bone. You go ahead and click the settings, go to details, and turn the rotation stiffness up so that the hip has less freedom to rotate. And let's go ahead and next do the same thing for the clavicles. So add settings to selected bone, FullBodyIK bone settings, and rotation stiffness up to 1. Same thing for the right clavicle. So right click, add settings to selected bone, go ahead and turn the rotation stiffness up. And with that, we have more or less a good base for the retarget. We are not yet done, as you are going to see, but with all of this, we can go ahead and almost be done with the settings. So we need to be really careful to not forget anything, because if not, it's not going to work. Right now we are going to adjust some more stiffness, but for us to see what is happening, let's go ahead and move the IK from one hand to the side and up so that the hip and the waist and the spine rotates. So as you can see right now, it is being twisted, and you are going to see how the settings can fix all of these things. So you can see that right now the spine is a mess, so a real back would never act this way, and we need to fix it. So let's go ahead and click on the waist and add settings to selected bone, and we are going to fine-tune the rotation stiffness, and you are going to see what it does. As you can see, it limits the rotation so that we can arrange the bones as we want, and they can respect the original position. So let's go ahead and add another rotation stiffness to the spine. As you can see, we are making it straight, so it looks way better, but the FullBodyIK is still working. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for spine 02, add settings to selected bone, and in the FullBodyIK bone settings, you can go ahead and play with the rotation stiffness. As you can see here, not a lot of strength is needed in the parameter, but as you can see, the result is way better after adjusting the stiffness. Let's go ahead and reset the pose to the A pose that we are going to use for retargeting. And right now, as you can see, our settings are quite okay, but don't worry about it if they are not, because you can go ahead and switch anything after creating the IK retargeter and see how everything works. And if anything is not right, you're going to be able to come back and change the settings as you want. So let's go ahead now and start creating the IK retargeter. Right now we have the IK rig, so we can go to the animation IK rig, IK retargeter asset, and we choose the source asset. So it's going to be the mannequin, the IK rig of the mannequin, and we are going to call it RTG_ActorCore. And let's call it money to ActorCore. So money_ActorCore, so we can understand better what is happening. We are switching animations from the mannequin to the ActorCore character. So that's why we called it like that. Okay, so there you have the source. We have no target for now because we need to change it. So let's choose the IK rig for ActorCore, and we have the skeletal mesh, the proper one. Let's switch money to queen since our character is female. So we are going to try to retarget the female animations. And we can go ahead, and for now the meshes are in the same place, so let's switch the X offset so everything is separate. Let's turn down the bound size because right now it is horrible, you cannot see anything at all. So let's go ahead and turn it way down, and right now we can start retargeting. As you can see on the right, you have the chains and the animations. Let's go ahead and choose the idle animation for the Manny, the female mannequin. And as you can see, everything is working pretty well. As you can see, the arms are a little too close to the body, but we can fix that later with keys and the animation sequences. So for now, let's ignore that and let's see if we can improve the results choosing several settings that you are going to see that work quite well. So for now, as you can see, everything is looking pretty much okay, but we can improve on some things. So let's see it from different angles and let's choose some other animations so we can see everything is looking pretty good. Maybe the arms are too close, but you cannot really tell. So I'm liking the end result a lot. And let's test the run animation, which also looks quite good. So right now you can see that everything is working pretty well, but let's see if we can improve. As you can see the chains right there, we need to check that everything has the same name and that it has a matching chain. I'm telling you right now that it works. We need to switch the translation mode on the root to globally scaled if we have root motion. I'm just doing it just in case. And as you can see, there are some other settings that we also need to switch. Like for example, the in the FullBodyIK, we need to switch the translation mode to absolute. Same thing with all of the chains for IK. So you can go ahead and switch the translation mode to absolute in every single one of them. And with that, we are going to be able to have better results with IK. So don't forget to do this step. There is also another small trick for the fingers. So we can go ahead and see if everything is still working perfectly, and it is. So that's good. Right now, as I mentioned before, we need to take a look at the hands. The result is not bad. It's quite similar to the ActorCore result, but we can switch some settings in the fingers so that the retargeting improves. So you can shift click to select several chains and change on with one movement, with one click, all of the options. Like for example here we are switching the rotation mode to 1:1, which is the recommended rotation mode for fingers in the hands so that the results are optimal. Let's go ahead and save, and for now we are going to try to take a look at the results. You can see the hands pretty well without the debug information from the IK and so on. And you can see that it's looking quite similar. The pose is looking quite similar to the queen pose. The elbows look fine, the wrists look fine, the legs look also fine. So everything is looking pretty good. And we can now test our character with the third person character blueprint. So let's go ahead and first of all look for that third person character blueprint, which is found in third person blueprints, and right there we can go ahead and duplicate it with Ctrl D. We are going to call it BP_ActorCore, and let's go ahead and move it to our characters folder. We can go ahead and move it to retargeting so that everything is in one place. You can see the IK rig and the IK retargeter and our character blueprint that for now has the mannequin, but let's go ahead and create a blueprint, an animation blueprint for our character. Let's call it AVP underscore Actor Core. And with that, we can go ahead and double click. We are going to make a really simple animation graph, which is going to use the retarget pose from mesh. That is going to allow us to retarget in runtime the mannequin's animations. We can compile. It's going to give us an error because we need to switch in the details and choose the IK retargeter. So we choose money to Actor Core. We can go ahead and compile and save. And right now, if we used the character as is, it's not going to work, but I'm going to teach you a little trick so that you can retarget in runtime instead of trying to retarget everything offline and then creating a new character blueprint. So let's go ahead and open up our new blueprint and add an skeletal mesh component. With that component, we are going to make it a child of the already present skeletal mesh. So let's go ahead and just drag it and drop it on top. And right now we have a child skeletal mesh in which we are going to choose our character, so our skeletal mesh. Right now you can see that it doesn't match the money. So first of all, we need to choose the new animation blueprint that we have created. As you can see right now, it is copying the animation from the mannequin, but it is not quite ready yet because it has an offset and so on, and it doesn't have the proper rotation. So when we switch to rotation 0 and we fine tune the height, so the C coordinate, so that it matches up with the mannequin's position. As you can see, it doesn't have the same proportions, so this is quite a difficult character because it has really long legs and really short torso. So it is going to be quite a difficult character to retarget and for it to work properly. Let's go ahead and we need to choose one more setting because we need to hide in-game the money skeletal mesh, the queen skeletal mesh. But one more thing, if we don't set another option, it's not going to work. So we need to look for tick in the details of the money of queen, and we need to look for visibility based anim tick option and choose, instead of always tick pose and refresh bones. This makes it update the bones when it is hidden. So right now, if we go ahead and select our blueprint with our character using world settings, so window world settings, and then just go to the game mode override and expand default pawn class and switch third person character for Actor Core, VP Actor Core. With that, we have our created blueprint and we just press play and you can see our character working perfectly. Even IK is working really well without doing anything at all. We haven't rigged the character and we haven't animated the character. And as you can see, we have a working locomotion loop. So as you can see, we have saved a lot of work and the results are quite good. So as you can see, from different points of view, the IK is looking really good and the animation is looking pretty sweet. And with that, you can see that if we have other characters, we just need to import them as usual, but this time choose the skeleton as the one that already exists. So we go to the My ActorCore actor skeleton, which is the other character, and use T0 as ref pose, and as this character has morph targets, we need to check morph targets. With that, we can go ahead and import all. The materials have a small bug, so let's go ahead and fix it real quick. We just delete the sampler for the opacity, and then we just choose, instead of translucent, opaque, and save. And more or less the material should be fixed. And right now we can go ahead and see that just switching in the retargeter to our new skeletal mesh, you can see that if we now retarget, if we run the retargeter, you're going to see how it works pretty well. So let's go ahead and choose another animation, like for example, the idle one, and you can see that everything is working well and without having to do all these tedious processes again. You can see that for other characters, the process is going to be a lot more simple. And by the way, if the animations don't fit well, like in this one here, that the arms clip a little bit, you can go ahead and browse to asset for the desired animation, and we can go ahead and edit the animation with the animation editor. So we just have to go to the skeleton, choose the proper bone, in this case the clavicle. You go ahead and rotate it. We are going to look for the right clavicle, and we go ahead and also rotate the clavicle. Right now we just need to add a key, so add the key, and that's pretty much it. Right now, if we go back to the retargeter, you're going to see that the arms are not clipping and that the animation has been modified in our character and also in Money or Queen in this case. So as you can see, it is quite easy to modify animations to suit our characters if they don't fit right away. Well, so that has been it for this video. As you can see, we have learned a couple of tricks that you may not know from other tutorials. Now you can use your Actor Core characters without much trouble in Unreal Engine 5. If you have found the video helpful, please remember to like and subscribe. We'll see each other in the next videos.